Okay, we're back, and it feels like it's been
a year,
like low-key a million years since we last recorded, partially because of the sheer amount of just absolutely insane things that have happened since the last episode, and also because we recorded 3 times in a span of 10 days that one time because of the bonus episode. Regardless, we're back, and we're joined by the lovely Marin Goodstein.
Hi.
as our second ever guest.
Thanks for being on the show.
Here, thank you.
It's not much of an honor. We have like 6 people listening to us according to the latest analytics.
Please be on our show.
Yeah, we like are kind of begging
am I
people
getting paid
point.
for this? Because
listen, honey, we don't have that budget yet, okay?
Yeah.
You're lucky we all have working microphones.
Yeah. Okay. So, we've got some pretty interesting questions this time, I think, at the very least. So, we're going to start with one that I found on Reddit that just low-key blew my mind because it's something I never thought about. And it's this. Do you think that there are more chairs in the world or more people? And I have to specify that chairs does not equal seats or spots. So, like, no couches, benches, or, like...
Yeah, anything could be a chair.
Bench seats on, like, buses and trains.
Mm-hmm.
Like, an actual chair with 4 legs. Are there more of those in the world, or are there more people?
I think... Oh my god, what?
Right?
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Usually, when people die, they, like, if they have furniture left over, their family sometimes takes it, but sometimes not. Like, I feel like oftentimes it, like, goes to the trash, you know? So, like, perhaps, as people start to die, the chairs start to diminish.
But think about all, like, the folding chairs in the world. Like,
yeah.
People don't really care about those. They make those in mass quantities. So, like, who knows? Like, I'm not passing on my, like, folding chair for generations to come.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I do think there are more people in the world.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think there are more chairs. And here's my justification. For the most part, when you go to someone's house, there are more chairs than the number of people in the house. Like, in my house alone, we have, like, you know, the armchair in the TV room, 2 armchairs in the living room, like, 8, I think, like, dining chairs in our actual, like, nice dining room that we use for, like, Thanksgiving and stuff, and then 4 kitchen chairs at the table in the kitchen. And then also you have to take into account things like folding chairs, like people will have like a computer desk chair. There's classrooms filled with chairs.
So wait. I'm lost on what is the definition of a chair. So
yeah, me too.
An armchair counts because that's like a single person seating and it has like 4 legs.
Yes.
But like, what about like a rolly chair? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that counts.
What about like a movie theater?
Nope.
Why does that not count?
Does it need
Because they're
to
all
be
connected.
grounded?
Like, so it's each has 4 legs.
No, they don't.
They have 2 legs.
2 legs, which is not 4 legs.
But it seats single people, like 1 person per chair. Who cares if they're connected?
That's true. See,
That's
the
not
question.
What a chair is.
The
it's
question
a bench.
Perhaps
movie theater seats are like bench seats, but there's just partitions.
All right, but
what about baby chairs?
Yeah, that was my next question.
Like high seats. There are a lot of babies in the world, and
I don't know if
their
that
chairs
counts.
don't count. Then there are more humans than chairs.
However, I was going to add that there are also things like, you know, conference rooms and like any kind of like space that holds events is going to have a ridiculous number of like folding chairs and stuff like that. And also there are things like museums where they have antique furniture like set up in like, you know, here's what the average like kind of like living room looked like for the aristocracy in this era, and there's those like nice old armchairs and stuff that they have in there that like no one's sitting in.
You know, as much as I'd like to think there are more chairs than people, you know how many times I find myself standing, like, because there's no chairs? So that leads me to believe that there are more people in the world. And I'm just thinking about all, you know, the people, like, who can't afford chairs or don't have the supplies or materials to make them, or like what would we constitute as a chair. Like maybe they've got some like benches, and I'm thinking, sorry, I'm all over the place because
No, it's okay.
this
This is what we
question
want.
blew my mind. The going back to the baby chair, like the high chair, I think that is a chair because don't you just like set the baby chair portion on like a real chair? Is that how it works? I don't have a baby, so I don't know how it works.
I have not interacted with a lot of
Yeah, the last time I interacted with a high chair, I think I was the
I
one
was in it. But
This is such
I
a
don't
hard
know.
question.
I like that you bring up that there are people who probably don't have chairs, like, but I also kind of, like, you might be right that could, like, be a much higher number of people than chairs, but then I think that there are places that are well overstocked with chairs, like, again, like, places that have, like, for event space, where they have to fit, like, thousands and thousands of people for big, like, conventions and conferences and stuff.
So do auditoriums count? Because
because they're connected.
Like a theater?
Or like a baseball stadium. Like, those chairs are connected.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea.
That's
I don't
the thing.
know.
I think if we can't define a chair, we can't answer the question. And also that brings up the fact that, like, is there, like, a cross-cultural definition of chair? There are probably a lot of cultures that don't have chairs containing 4 legs, you know? Like, what about, like, hammocks, you know?
But that's a bed.
Yeah, a hammock is kind of like a bed thing, but I do get what you're saying. Like, I know.
Chair.
No, it's not. You sleep in it.
Well, they have some of the, like,
You can sleep in a chair.
Macrame type, like, hammock chairs that look like netting. Yeah.
Well, I feel like a hammock
like the ones that they attach to the ceiling.
Okay, that I could get, but like a hammock, I feel like if you're more like lying down, like you are in a hammock, it's a bed. But I do understand now that reclining chairs, is it a bed or a chair?
Yeah.
I think it's a bed. It's a chair first and a bed. Oh my gosh.
Also, what about bean bags?
No, beanbag is not a chair.
A beanbag is a chair. Come on.
That's going to be a hard line for me. A beanbag is not a chair.
So okay, what's like an operational definition for a chair?
I don't know. I'm going to say it's something with a seat and a back, so cuz no back is a stool.
But isn't a stool a chair?
No.
How is what is it then?
I wouldn't call it. It's a stool. It's something different.
But you
it's
said it. I feel like a chair is a type of like seating space. Like
what I think of.
Wait, actually, that's a good point.
It has a seat, a back, and 4 points on the ground. 4 or more points on the ground, whether those points are wheels or legs.
Okay.
And it may or may not have armrests.
So a seat is an umbrella term, and a chair is contained within that umbrella term?
That's what I'm gonna say. Really? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Because, like, if someone says, like, you know, take a seat, it could be, like, couch, beanbag.
Take a chair.
Take a chair.
Take a chair. Like, that's a specific command. Like, if you're helping set
take
something up, it's
like,
oh, take a chair. That's a specific, like, direct instruction.
I can understand that. I don't know if I fully support it yet, but I at least understand it.
Okay, I can live with those. I can live with those numbers.
Going back to, are there more chairs or people in the world? I feel like definitely the world, there's gotta be more people. But if we're going on, like, maybe a country-to-country basis, like the U.S., I think there's more chairs, definitely.
You think so?
Okay, that seems fair. That definitely seems fair.
Also,
because I know, like, maybe it's different in, like, countries that are severely overcrowded. So, like, India comes to mind.
That's true. That is very true. And also,
but if we're talking about the U.S., I agree.
If you think about, like, I don't know if this makes sense, but, like, logically to me, my brain thinks that, like, in order for there to be more chairs than people, there would have to be a chair made every time another person is born. Does that make sense?
But also factor in how many people die a day.
That is true, actually. You're right.
And that
Yeah,
also
I
depends on
honestly
the
have-
country, because like some are like growing populations, whereas some others are stagnant or declining. So
Right. That's true. But I think
I honestly have no answer for this one. Like, I don't know.
what'd the
I-
Reddit comments say?
Oh, nobody like, I think there was kind of like a bit of a debate going on in the comments, but I was just scrolling through for questions. So I copied and pasted that one and moved on with my life.
this is very much a high thought that like I think I will only get the answer to when I'm like very stoned.
You'll have to come back to us and tell us what you came up with.
Wait, quick question. Who's sitting in a chair right now?
I am.
I
I'm on my
am.
bed.
Ooh.
Nice.
So in this group, there's
Wait.
more people than chairs, which
So therefore, by
point.
the transitive property. No, but if you think about it, there are bed frames that can be considered chairs because they have a back, they have a seat, and they have 4 like pegs holding it up.
Oh my god, you're not wrong.
wait. Explain it again.
So some bed frames can be considered chairs because they have a seat, they have a back,
But
and they
we
have
said it would seat one person. How many?
Yeah, so would we have to narrow the definition to one person sitting up?
Yes.
maybe. So what about a twin bed?
I mean, more than one person could sit.
I mean, it wouldn't be comfortable, but
But then you have
how
to
much?
think, like, there's so many different variables here because, like, technically, it depends on the person that sits in the bed.
True. Like you
oh my
can't.
god, you're right.
You can't just deduce it to space, because they make like children-sized chairs. Where if I try to sit in that thing, it's breaking. Whereas like 2 people could, fit on a twin-size bed. But still, the child-sized chair is considered a chair, and I don't think the twin-sized bed is considered a chair.
Interesting.
I wouldn't say so. No, I would not. I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. But this was meant to inspire debate, and inspire debate it did. So unless we want to keep breaking down into further and further definitions, we can move on to our next question. How do we feel? Are we good on this one?
I think this question is unanswerable, so therefore I think we should move on.
That seems fair. I like it.
I feel like there are too many variables going into this.
Solid. Okay. The next one we have is, would you rather have no one show up for your wedding or your funeral?
Oh, this is an easy question.
Yeah, my funeral. I'm dead. What do I care?
Wait, you'd rather no? Oh, I don't want anyone to show up to my wedding. I don't want to be vulnerable in front of other people. I want to elope.
I don't want to be perceived.
I don't exist. No, like I.
Okay, relatable content, but yeah, no, I'd rather have no one show up to my funeral. Who cares? I'm dead. It
Can
doesn't
you
matter to
guys
me.
Okay, I might be really exposing myself here, but do you guys like not sometimes think about your funeral and like who would go to it?
Oh yeah, frequently.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
So
I probably think about that more than the wedding, to be honest.
I don't know what I believe the afterlife is, so that kind of affects my answer because if I'm not around
That's
for
fair.
the funeral and I won't like know what happened, like I don't give a fuck, you know? But like
Yeah.
if I am able to observe it, like I want people to go.
Yeah, that
know?
kind of hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But also, what if there is like kind of an afterlife, but you don't. But in that afterlife, you don't care or know what's going on Earth in this realm.
That's true. I don't know. I'm probably gonna
Yeah,
end
I
up
don't know.
in hell
I
anyways,
feel
so it
like
doesn't
funeral
even
would
matter.
hurt less.
What'd you say?
I said I feel like funeral would hurt less.
Really? I don't know.
Cause I think like I'd rather have people show up when I can enjoy it.
Yeah,
When I definitively know that I'm gonna be able to enjoy it.
But I understand what Maddie is saying. Like, weddings are embarrassing, low-key.
Yeah, like, I don't want anyone watching that.
That
like,
shit's
I'm also
embarrassing.
like, no,
What's
it's
that tweet that's like, hands out earplugs at my wedding, y'all can mind your business.
No, but I don't know. Maybe it can't just be me. It's definitely not. But not really about weddings. Like, I don't care about them that much. Like, I'm not fantasizing about mine too much or at all.
See, here's the thing. As bitter of a human being as I am a hopeless romantic underneath it all.
Mm-hmm. No, just
even
like
though that part of me is very guarded.
I'm not saying I'm not like romantic or I'm like an unfeeling robot, but the whole ceremony of the wedding, like I really just don't care about it. I'd rather go on a nice honeymoon.
I want to be in a ball gown.
I don't like being like publicly observed.
Yeah,
you know? That's a lot of pressure.
Like PDA. Not even for the wedding.
Oh, see, I'm annoying. Like
no,
when I still had a boyfriend, we were the most annoying people to be around.
Listen, everyone, like, you do you. That works for you. Great, but me, I don't know. No.
Also, though, a funeral can be embarrassing. Even more embarrassing than a wedding based on how you died. Like,
true.
Like The Good Place. She died getting margarita mix and getting hit by a bunch of, I think, shopping carts and getting pinned to a truck. What was the truck for again?
I have absolutely
It was something
no
like
idea.
super embarrassing. I'm pretty sure. Oh, it was for like boner pills or something. And like that's how
I'm gonna have to tag this for like spoilers or something.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oops.
For those of you who don't know, The Good Place is on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all of it's on Netflix.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I think the last season just came out.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the last season yet because if I don't watch it, it's not over. And I love that show so much.
It destroyed me.
Yeah, I've heard it hurts.
Oh my god, it hurts so bad. The only other show that I'd liken the ending to is Fleabag. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I haven't seen Fleabag because I am not ready to see myself
it's a lot
reflected in that show.
Yeah, dude, it's so easy. This is gonna sound like really terrible, but I do see myself in the character a lot. And like once you watch it, like you'll know what I'm saying. Like it
I
makes
see
me sound
parts of
bad.
myself in characters from BoJack Horseman. That doesn't make me a terrible person.
That's true.
I was thinking about that the other day, like, and I saw this online, and it's so true. Like, whatever show I'm watching, I just relate to my favorite character and take on their personality traits for like 2 to 5 business days, and then I move on to the next one.
Oh my god, I've been listening to a podcast recently, and the narrator's British, and my like internal monologue has a British accent now.
It's like you started this podcast just with an accent, like, oh, Bridget went to England.
I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'd rather have no one show up for my funeral, just because that feels like the safer bet from where I'm standing right now.
What if I could choose, and like I choose to elope and like go wherever I want, like destination honeymoon, and then I could choose like everyone I want to come to my funeral, and it'll be a celebration of my life, and hopefully I'll be watching. If that works like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, if I die, I want my funeral to be the biggest goddamn rager.
If I die.
If I ever die.
Bridget's immortal.
Honestly,
I mean, statistically, we all are.
What?
Statistically, we're all immortal.
Like, technically?
I mean, we haven't died yet. So, statistically, you've survived every single day you've had thus far.
That's true.
What if you just, like, freeze yourself? Like, while you're living, and then you just, like, thaw yourself out. And you just keep doing that until the end of time.
Like Walt Disney.
Yeah. I was talking with a friend about this just yesterday, actually. That's why I was thinking about this. He died first, and then they froze him. So, like, if they thaw him out, like, I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah.
But, like, okay. I know this probably doesn't make sense either, but I feel like there's a higher chance if you're still living and like we get that advanced technology, they can like somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could just like stretch your life out over like a really long period of time.
Being frozen would just kill you. Like
I know
for some reason
I want you to think.
Oh boy.
That's true. What if that's the secret?
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm gonna go jump in my freezer.
Please don't do that.
No.
Since we're on the subject of conspiracy theories, one of the questions I have slated for today is, do you believe this conspiracy theory? And it's the one about how the royal family had Princess Diana killed.
Oh god, that's such a...
Of all the conspiracy theories, I think I believe that one the most.
Yeah, I gotta say.
All the mainstream conspiracy theories that I've heard.
I low-key kind of believe it. Like, I'm not gonna, like, go out of my way to try and prove it, but if the information came out...
It wouldn't shock me.
And that was confirmed, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know enough about the royal family to, like, make that conclusion. Like, I've heard that conspiracy theory so many times, but, like, I'm not informed enough, you know?
That's fair. There's a Reddit post with some evidence that people have put in the comments, so I really don't know how reputable it actually is, but I will link that in the comments for anyone who's interested in exploring it.
I do think Lyndon B. Johnson killed JFK, though.
Really?
I couldn't tell you why.
The man was known for whipping his dick out in the Oval Office to intimidate people.
Who? What?
Lyndon B. Johnson!
What?
I missed that day of history class.
Yeah. And also there's like literally, like, it was on a John Oliver episode, they were talking about him, and I don't remember which one it was, but he was literally talking about, like, he was talking to, like, the official, like, tailor for the White House. He was like, yeah, can you, like, drop the crotch of these pants down more, because my balls are too big.
Ew.
It's, like, on a recorded phone call where he, like, yeah, like, he says that and records it.
Wow.
These are all true, I swear. I will find the evidence, and I will link it.
Those poor women who he worked with.
Apparently he did it to intimidate, like, other world leaders.
Those poor world leaders. They've seen enough.
Right? I don't know if I'm remembering the facts exactly, but I do know that, like, he was a weird dude.
I'd like to fact check that.
Like, right now?
No. I don't care enough. But, like, at some point in the future when I have nothing to do.
Okay, that will be fact checked, and if I am correct or incorrect, there will be links confirming that.
Something that I, like, held to be truth for so long, and I told so many people about, was the fact that Robert Pattinson witnessed a clown blow up at the circus, like, literally explode and have, like, the clown's parts go everywhere. And I found out, I told so many people, because I was like, that's fucking crazy. And then I found out he completely lied about it, and he was just bored in an interview. So
of course he did. The man is feral. The man is unhinged.
He's crazy.
I love him. I also love that interview where he, like, almost blows up his house, like, trying to cook some, like, disgusting-ass meal.
What was recently, he was, like, making some sort of pasta, but he was microwaving it or something?
Yes, that was it!
Yeah, he microwaved water with the pasta.
I think it, like, wasn't the interviewer, like, disgusted, and he's like...
Yeah, because they were doing the interview, like, via Zoom or something.
You know what I think? I think that Grimes should break up with Elon Musk and date Robert Pattinson.
Correct.
I don't know why, but I feel like they would be perfect.
And then there should be...
Yeah, something about that does seem right.
There should be exploding clowns at their wedding.
I dig it.
The fact that Grimes came from, like, a relatively affluent background, but she decided to live in a crack den because she wanted the life experience.
Yeah, that's feral.
Right? And
Unhinged.
she saw someone get bludgeoned to death.
Unhinged. Yeah, I gotta say, I think they would match each other's energy.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. I agree. Okay. Moving on from that fun topic. Oh, this is, I guess, tangentially related if you continue on the thread of Grimes. Is 100 gecs actually good?
Yes.
For those
Yeah,
of
I'm gonna
you
say yes.
who do not know, they are a musical duo of...
Very experimental.
Okay.
Avant-garde.
I'm gonna give my 2 cents here. It sounds like meme music. Like just a joke. It's very auto-tuned.
I think some of it sounds a little bit like meme music. Like, I get that, but some of it, oh my god, hardcore slaps.
It slaps. Money Machine? Oh,
Money Machine is amazing! I love Money Machine. I will go so hard to that song.
Like, I can make a joke to it, and, like, I don't know. I feel like it's for, like, TikTok dances, maybe, but I
unironically listen to it. Like, I will be driving around doing errands with 100 gecs playing in my car.
Yeah, I guess, like, I'd only ironically listen to it.
Oh, unironic 100%. I love them so much. They slap.
I feel like initially it was ironic, and then I started to be like, this shit's great.
Right?
No,
There's
this
something
isn't
about
bad.
it, like, it feels like sandpapering my brain, but in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. Why does that make so much sense?
Like, I don't know. Because, like, there's other kind of, like, experimentalist, like, music that I don't like. But, like, oh my god, something about them. It just does it for me. I love them. I love 100 gecs.
I also, speaking of experimental music, I started listening to the music that Yoko Ono makes.
I was literally just gonna say Yoko Ono is an
Really?
experimentalist musician that I don't really love. I respect her as an artist because I think her whole deal is kind of like, what is art? Like, you know? Like,
Yeah.
who's to say that this is not art? And I think the reason a lot of people don't like her is because I don't know if music is the best medium for that message.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
I mean,
don't
that
know.
makes me
I don't know.
think...
Respect
do
her,
you know...
just not my type of experimental like experimental out there music. Go on, Maddie.
Speaking of experimental music, and I wish I remember the composer, but I learned this in band class in high school. Apparently, there is a composer who, like, went out on stage, started conducting, and there were no instruments, and it was just silence, and that was his piece. And then he walked out, and people got so angry.
Oh my
But,
God.
like, he claimed, like, it's music. Like, listen to the ambiance of the room, which, all right, that's pushing it a lot for me. I don't know how anyone else feels, but
That's
I think
like
it's a-
when you go into an art museum and you see a piece that's just fucking like red paint, like one thing of red paint splattered on it. You know?
well, didn't they
But yeah,
give
like, I don't know, that's kind of my thing. It's like,
didn't they give Jackson Pollock issues, like, because he was one of the first to actually, like, do
well, yeah, that's the thing. Who's the
splatter
first to
paint?
do it?
Yeah. I mean, who are we to challenge that? But yet there are other people, like, traditional, like, brought up, like, traditional art forms, like, of the visual arts, saying,
Yeah.
you know, this isn't art.
Yeah.
So I feel like the same thing can be said for music.
Exactly. I think you guys should listen to It's Gonna Rain by Yoko Ono.
Oh my god, is that the one that's kind of going viral on TikTok?
Yes. One of the lyrics is like,
It's gonna rain.
yeah, exactly. One of the lyrics is like, I don't remember it exactly, but it's like, I gave you a bowl of cherries, you gave me a bowl of piss. And it's just like, so genius. Like, it's ridiculous, but like, I'm like, yeah, like, he did give me a bowl of piss, you know?
I heard that it's supposed to be bowl of pits, but it's because of her accent, which
No way.
I did not mean to. I wasn't like
changes the
mocking her
whole
accent back there. I
song.
just
I don't like the song anymore.
I didn't want to mock her accent.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mock her
anymore.
accent back there. I just like that line from it is so ingrained in my mind as having those exact intonations. Anyway.
Wait, I gotta look this up and see if it's pits.
We're learning so much.
Oh my god, it
today.
is. It's pits. I really thought it was bowl of piss. I was like, that doesn't make sense, but I like
It's
it.
genius.
Yeah, no, I have so, like, I respect her so much as an artist. Also, her Instagram is wild, and like you can tell that like she runs it, not like some publicity team.
Yeah.
Like she just posted a picture of like a reflection of herself in like a spoon at a cafe, and the caption is just like, "I'm in your spoon."
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I love her so much.
I just feel like
no, she's mad cool.
some music can be like so ironic that you listen to it so much that it becomes like unironic and like, oh, I actually like it in the end.
I do kind of dig it though.
Yeah, like maybe not at first, but it grows on you.
That's fair. I dig that. But yeah, no, I think 100 gecs is fantastic. Money Machine goes so hard.
You should put a link.
Yeah. Even though they don't need advertisement from a podcast with 6 people, if you guys haven't heard Money Machine, I will put that in the description because it absolutely slaps. I'm also actually writing down all the things I need to put in the description so I don't have to, like, go back through desperately, like, clicking through each timestamp and being like, is it here? Is it here?
How many tangents did we go on? How many
we go on
things
a
do
lot
we
of
need
tangents.
a link this time?
We go on a lot of tangents. Alright. What other questions do we have slated for today? Oh, here we go. Do you break the spaghetti before you cook it?
Yeah.
No.
No. I don't want to be slurping all day long.
That's gonna get taken out of context.
You know, it only does when you say things like that, Bridget.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think I've ever cooked spaghetti. I know. Am I not an adult?
You went to college. It's like one of the main things.
Okay, there's other
I've
shapes
made
of
pasta.
noodle.
No.
Pasta, but not spaghetti.
Oh, okay.
Like,
All right.
Bridget, are you talking about like the long spaghetti noodles you have to break
Yeah,
to
like
all fit?
specifically spaghetti noodles.
Yeah,
You
no,
should
I've never
break.
made spaghetti. I've definitely made pasta, but no spaghetti.
What do
I
you
know,
like?
I've-
Do you just not like spaghetti?
I think I've actually. I think this is the core issue. I've probably tried to make spaghetti before, and I've gotten too stressed out about whether you're supposed to break it or not, and just gave up.
Wow, this is the question for you then. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, no, I do not break the spaghetti, and I don't know if maybe that's just because I'm like privileged enough to have pots that do not require it.
Do you think like it tastes better like if you don't break it?
I think it's better for some twirling action.
But can you, if you don't break it and you don't have like an adequate pot, do people flip it over?
Well,
You just wait for it to get like it sort of folds in eventually because it gets soft.
Interesting. That'll also be taken out of context.
Oh man. Watch, this is the episode that gets us all canceled before we even begin.
this
Did
is
I
not
tell you
for
that
kids.
I almost got canceled on TikTok?
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. So, well, actually, this is like, I'm being dramatic about it, but
Okay.
I posted a video of my hamster in his cage, and apparently the cage was like not up to regulation.
I know.
So somebody commented like, you better take this shit down, you're gonna get canceled ASAP. And so I started freaking out because hamster TikTok found it, and they were all commenting on it, and they were like, oh my god, this is horrible.
Wait.
Like, you abuse your hamster. And I just didn't know that his cage wasn't supposed to be that small, so I deleted my video, and I'm never making another TikTok again.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Literally, one of my greatest fears in life is that I become successful and like every single person that I was ever like a slightly bratty middle schooler to is gonna come out of the woodwork and be like, you said this imperfect thing
Yeah.
20 years ago. Like
You're done.
I feel that.
that is one of my greatest fears.
I do think there are like, you know, some people deserve to be like canceled.
Oh yeah, I think
for
Yeah.
sure. But there are also the petty people who like every minuscule thing that someone may or may not have done in their life, because sometimes they're
Sometimes it's not
untrue.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, someone's over party on Twitter. I see that like every
yeah,
day.
that bothers me. I'm not against canceling people, I think it's a tool that needs to be wielded very carefully, because there are people who continually fuck up and apologize only to make the exact same mistakes, or when they're given a chance Trisha Paytas, Jake Paul, what's his face? Shane Dawson, J.K. Rowling, or you can be like J.K. Rowling and not even apologize, just keep doubling down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck, honestly.
Yeah, no, turf. But, like, I think a great example of this would be, like, Jenna Marbles. Like, yeah, definitely some extremely in poor taste content when she first started on YouTube, but she had clearly... And also, I'm white, so I'm not in a position to accept or, like, say her apology is sufficient. But I just, like... Are we really is, like, Stan Twitter really taking the time to push someone who's created a lot of really wholesome content off of YouTube while standing people like Shane Dawson, who literally spent half his career in blackface?
Yeah.
And I feel like it loses its power when you cancel
when you do
someone.
It for literally everything.
Because then you see it all the time. Like, I remember once I saw 3 different people being canceled. Like, someone's over party, someone's canceled on Twitter. I'm just like, I don't even know what these people did. It's losing its power.
Yeah. I also
think... like, people who've... Go on, Marin, go first.
No, you go.
I mean, like, people who've committed, like, serious wrongdoing. Like, who was that, like... one of the, like, people from Rooster Teeth was, like, grooming underage kids. Like, that is a cancel them. Someone who made a tweet that was in poor taste from, like, 10 to 15 years ago.
Not 20.
I feel like that should be a different story, you know?
That's fair. I do also think... I think what you said before... certain people can accept apologies if the action is directed towards them. And I think I realized this recently about Trisha Paytas. Like, I don't know one group that she hasn't offended.
Yeah.
I, like, her recent, like, anti-Semitism has been excused a lot by people who are not Jewish, and it made me angry.
Yeah, it's gross.
Because I feel like they don't have the right to define what is and what isn't anti-Semitism.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, she recently, she's done so many things anti-Semitic, but the most recent thing, she, like, hailed Hitler in her TikTok.
Yeah, that was nasty.
And, she claimed, like, it was from a show. It was from the producers, I think.
It was from the producers, but the producers was written by Jewish people.
Right. And I think she is... I could be mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I think that she is Jewish. She's half Jewish. Like, ethnically.
Yeah, but that, like... If you're technically ethnically, like, half Jewish and you've never practiced...
Yeah, that's true. I think she just, like... The thing with her is she just is constantly looking for an identity to claim,
Yeah.
And this time it was being Jewish,
Yeah, we actually had a whole conversation about whether or not she's real,
Yeah.
Like, whether or not she knows what she's doing or she's just like this.
She's playing a character.
She's a troll. I think she is 100% a troll.
Yeah, we really couldn't decide.
I mean, either way, it's bad, but, like...
Yeah, no, it's bad either
hope
way.
At the end of the day, kind of, like, maybe this isn't really her. Like, she just has this horrible internet personality, and she...
I think either way, I said this
either
before,
way,
she knows what she's doing. Like, she knows that continually being problematic will get her more attention, whether or not she's actually like this or playing a character.
Yeah. I agree.
But, yeah. Anyway... After we got off on a slightly serious tangent there.
I can say so much about Trisha and how awful she is, but I won't say it all.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to unpack
there. There's a lot to unpack there.
In the words of our Lord and Savior John Mulaney, now we don't have time to unpack all of that. And we don't, because this podcast is approximately an hour. So here's another food-related question.
Oh, our favorite.
Our favorite. Which fruits go in the fridge?
All fruits.
No!
Except
Yeah, no.
clementines.
What?
You put apples in the fridge?
Yeah.
No,
It's
it go in the
longer.
fruit bowl.
Yeah, apples go in the fruit bowl, baby.
Okay, I think fruit bowls are bougie as fuck. I've never had a fruit bowl in my house.
Well, I'm
Oh, we have
sorry
one.
for you, but...
Yeah, like if you put apples in the fridge, they last so much longer.
At my house, we put, like, apples in the fruit bowl, and, like, my mom gets oranges and stuff, which she will also put out there. It kind of varies, like, some random fruits, but what goes in the fridge is strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. I will put my kiwis in the fridge once they're, like, ripe or close to ripe so that they last longer. And then things like, we leave the, like, before we, like, chop it up, the watermelon just sits out on the counter. But then once you, like, cube it and everything,
In the
it goes
fridge.
in the fridge in a container. Same thing with, like, cantaloupe or honeydew.
I'm with you
That's-
100%, Bridget.
And bananas just stay out in, like, the fruit bowl.
Yes.
Okay, I agree. Bananas stay out. Also, mangoes. If they're like not cut into, I leave them out.
I've
I
never
leave
eaten a
those
mango.
You've never eaten a mango?
They're not
Nope.
great.
What?
I don't like
I don't know,
them.
we just
Mangoes
didn't buy
are
them in my
amazing.
house.
I don't like them.
We just didn't buy them in my house.
Maybe you haven't gotten a good mango.
Perhaps I have not. I mean, I'm open to trying most things at least twice. But it just hasn't happened yet with mangoes.
They are expensive though.
Oh, I had no idea. Oh, and things like lemons or limes
Fridge.
we keep in the fridge because it's
Yeah,
usually for like cooking.
No one's eating a whole ass lemon. Except me at the restaurants when they give me the water.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I would bite right into those. I would never
Yeah.
I have a problem with the texture of citrus, but I would get all the juice that I possibly could out of like the lemon slice at restaurants.
I used to sprinkle sugar on like lemons and grapefruit and like eat them. It's actually really good.
I know that I've heard of people doing that with grapefruit. Lemon is a new one, but also I do be loving the sour foods, so can't really knock it. Yeah, no, that's the fruit fridge situation at my house, which is I'm assuming going to carry over when I eventually, hopefully, maybe get my own place.
One day.
You know,
One
I don't
day.
think it's gonna matter what I do with my fruit because I'm probably just gonna live in a box anyways.
I love it. I love it, like a fridge box.
Yeah. Yeah, actually,
Ooh.
that would be efficient. But it'd have to. Ooh, that would be an issue because it'd have to have a bathroom. And, like, that's a bad combination.
2 boxes.
You could just live in the freezer and freeze yourself, and then when you're ready to live
Oh my
again.
God. We're back around.
Do you guys believe the theory? This is, like, kind of related to freezing, but do you believe the theory that, like Ancestry DNA and, like, 23andMe are, like, saving your genetics so they can sell, like,
Yes.
a version of yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
probably.
not that. I just know, I've heard that they save your information to, like,
To sell to like doctors or something.
not doctors. What did I hear? It had to do with,
Insurance companies.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that I
That
believe.
makes- that
Late
makes-
stage capitalism, baby.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
But yeah, there's a conspiracy that they save your DNA and they like save it for like probably like 20 years down the line perhaps if there's cloning and be like, "Hey, like we can clone you if you want." But you
Oh,
don't
I've
have to
heard.
pay
I
us
think
money."
I think there is a legitimate reason that they like save it
Mm-hmm.
or like they save your results because I know you can get like if you do it, it'll update as like the tracing technology gets better and they can figure and as more people do like like DNA kits to give you people that you could like potentially be related to this far down the line or whatever. So I know there is technically a legitimate reason for it, but like yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Although like really, you want to clone this?
This can only be done once.
Oh, I was taking it in a much more self-deprecating tone. Like, don't you think the world has had enough?
Yeah,
Two ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, don't you think the world has had enough of this already?
Also,
We really need another one?
I don't want to live twice. Like, I'm good with just one time.
Oh my god, I love that. Every time someone's, like, talks about the detriments of immortality, I always think of that video of the drag queen Coco Peru at Home Depot reading the sign that says, "Garden as though you will live forever." No, I don't want to live that long.
It's true.
And I will have to link that video in the description as well, because that video is priceless.
Like, what are you... like, I feel like if you live forever...
I get bored.
Yeah, and there are no consequences to your actions.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
And also,
I feel like it'd be interesting for a while, especially when you get to a point of, like, really rapid technological advancement.
yeah, but, like, all your loved ones would die, and then you would fear getting close to anyone because you'll know
Yeah, that
they'll
would
die
suck.
too.
That's the thing. I think, aside from, like, the problems of, like, attachments to people, other than that, I think immortality would be lit, because you would get to explore literally everything that ever happens. Like, you'd never have to worry about running out of time to read every single book you want to read, watch every single show you want to read, like, do absolutely everything you want to do. The thing that would suck would be you'd be alone.
Yeah, what if you had, like, a pack of, like, a few immortality buddies with you?
Oh,
And
that'd
then-
be fantastic. Absolutely no downsides.
Like, you had a buddy system, so you're set.
Like,
But
you
then-
stop aging. If you all were, like, you know, stopped aging around, like, 25 or something, and y'all just got to be immortal forever together, that would slap.
Unless feuds break out.
That's
And then
true.
you have mortal enemy or immortal enemies forever.
That adds a bit of spice.
Yeah, I just... Like, also, what if, like... This is really morbid, but what if
Go
you're...
for it.
What if you're, like, in a life-threatening situation, and, like, you're in pain, and that pain should kill you, but it doesn't? Wouldn't you just want to die? You know?
I was also thinking, like, what if you become immortal when you're, like, 95 and you're in pain?
Yeah.
Like, do you just live with that forever?
Oh, that would suck.
Or, like,
Like-
what if the world ends? What if the world explodes? What if, like, if your body is destroyed, what happens to you? You know?
You regenerate?
But, like, the thing is,
I honestly
your
have no
body
idea. I'm here for immortality in the sense of, like,
Fun.
yeah, or, like, you know, like, if, like, the head of, like, an immortal person gets cut off, like, that's game over.
Mhm.
But, like, other than things like that,
Well, then I feel like that's getting into the territory of cloning. If, like, you were beheaded, like, I feel like just one would grow back, maybe. If you regenerate. Like, I feel like that it's not like a loophole. Like, there wouldn't be two of you. It'd be one. Still.
But if your head is cut off, do you survive as just the head?
I think you survive as the body, and then the head grows back.
Interesting.
I don't think either happens. Are we talking about immortality or
I
regeneration?
don't know what kind of science I'm on today. Like, I'm talking about freezing and living again. I'm talking about...
Yeah, this is a lot.
I think if we're purely talking about immortality, your head would stay disconnected from your body and you'd live like that forever.
That is not a version of immortality I have literally
Right?
ever
That's
heard.
what I have to think about, you know? Like, because your consciousness would be with your head. And your body, would your body feel? Because feeling comes from your brain.
Mhm.
No, okay. So here's the thing. Like, immortality, what I'm thinking of is, like, you still need to do things to survive. Like, you need to eat and, like, drink water, and you need, like, things like your heart and your nervous system to be, like, working to function.
Maybe it just becomes impossible for anything to, like, sever your head off. Like,
Well, then
you
you're
become...
invulnerable.
No. Well, yeah, you're like indestructible because you're immortal.
Oh, that's... I don't know. I feel like that's not usually part of the deal in most kind of, like, pieces of media dealing with immortality that I can think of.
Because people, like, if you're immortal, you can still feel pain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. What if, like, after 400 years, you're like, all right, I'm ready to go. You just can't, you know?
And that's why.
Oh, I feel like I
the curse.
assumed that you could.
Can you if you're immortal?
No, that's what
Yeah.
immortal means.
No, immortal just means that you, like, barring any outside force that kills you, so like if a bus gets dropped on you, yeah, you're gonna die. But you stop aging.
Immortal means, like,
You
under
can't die.
any circumstance, you can't die.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I think it depends on what like Bridget said, what piece of media you're going along with the term immortality. Because
Yeah, I've never
there's
really
different
taken...
worlds where, like, different things happen.
I've never really heard immortal used as, like, completely indestructible. And
So-
I've always
Do you guys
heard
watch...
of / thought of it as, like, you just don't age, but other things still
Can you
happen.
get illness then?
Do you guys watch Lucifer on Netflix?
No, I've never seen it.
No.
So, okay, for those of you who don't know, it's about the devil, Lucifer. He comes back to Earth because he gets bored of running hell. And it's a good show, by the way. You should watch it. But anyway, there's a character. It's based on, like, it's a DC comic, but it's also loosely based on the Bible. So there are biblical characters, and one of them is Cain, like Cain and Abel, the two brothers, and then Cain killed Abel, and then Cain's curse is immortality, meaning he lives forever and he can't be killed. And through the show, he's in like season 3, they're trying to like kill him because it's a curse and he doesn't want to live anymore. And I remember him saying like, oh, I've tried cutting off like ligaments, they grow back. And so
I've never heard it used like that in like any other show.
So like he's indestructible, but he feels every ounce of pain.
That's awful. That's
That's why it's a curse. Because he's the first murderer on Earth, like ever, and that was his punishment by God.
That kind of has like supernatural vibes, like the CW show Supernatural.
Oh my god!
Which, by the way,
what?
Destiel?
What?
Finally happened?
But like really homophobically.
Yeah, that I watched it. I was like,
go to super hell for being gay.
Dean is so clearly bisexual.
Oh, absolutely. Here's the thing, like that show like sucks. But the first 3 seasons, I will give them, like, conceptually really interesting. I enjoyed them.
I agree.
I stopped watching around like season 7 because
that's
true. Is too much.
I think it's a good show, but the way that they queer baited their fans,
is nasty.
I don't like.
And also, it should have ended at like season 5. Like they had it perfectly wrapped up, but then they were given a bunch more money, and they were just like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, it's like, it's a steady job for the actors.
I mean, it is. That night on any form of social media, like Twitter, was the weirdest thing.
Wait, so what's up with Putin?
Oh yeah, I found out via a Destiel tweet that there are rumors of Vladimir Putin, stepping down because apparently he has Parkinson's. And I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if any source has verified it whatsoever.
Is this going to be like a Kim Jong-un moment where we thought...
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea. But hearing that there was even any rumor of that via a tweet about a show that I hadn't watched in years about the oftentimes most, like, not weird, like, I don't want to say that, like, shipping the characters is, like, bad or weird, but there was a decent amount of, like, the kind of very, like, super Hulocky people that were very invested in the Destiel ship
Yeah.
So, like,
So, like,
2012 Tumblr era? Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, when I saw that Destiel was a thing, like, I wasn't a super fan, but I was like, oh, like, Destiel, like, you know, like, obviously something's going on there. It kind of felt like when, like, Dan and Phil made coming out videos.
yeah.
Like,
Like,
it was
forced.
so, like, it wasn't exciting anymore because, like,
Yeah.
I was not like, it should have happened so long
Like, the
ago.
train passed already.
Yeah. And not to say I was, like, one of those crazy, like, Dan and Phil shippers. Like, I was just like, oh, like, I think they're both gay and they live together and it's nice. You know? But I never would,
Yeah.
like, comment on any of their stuff.
Yeah, that stuff was, like, really creepy.
Yeah.
Like, pushing it into, like, their lives. Not just, like, a kind of fandom thing that you, like, do for themselves. Like, for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, a kind of thing that maybe, like, you personally think about or, like, talk about with friends.
Mm-hmm.
It was, like, pushing it on them, obviously, way before they were ready to be public about their own personal, like, identities and everything.
Yeah,
So, like,
no,
that's, like, really uncomfortable.
that's so creepy, especially when you're dealing with, like, people who aren't straight. Like, that's just, there's, like, a whole other moral aspect about it because, like, you're essentially outing them, which is, in any situation, is very awful.
I feel like it's tough for, like, vloggers like them and bloggers who, like, it's their job almost to be making content on their lives, but there must be, like, a line somewhere where, like, all right, this is my personal life, you know, I get into some aspects, but I don't really feel like sharing all of them, and those boundaries, like, for anyone, like, should be respected, and it's not right of commenters and, like, stans, like, trying to force those facts out.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I did not expect us to be getting this serious this episode, but I
know.
can't say that I'm not. I can't say that I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
I mean, good conversations all around.
Maybe we'll get 7 people.
Yeah, maybe we'll get one more.
It'll be my dad. My dad said he wanted to listen to it, and I was like, no,
Aw.
what we're gonna do.
I
was
love
like,
Steve.
just in case, no.
I love Steve.
He's a great man.
Although we do have one last question slated for tonight that's rather stupid if we would like to bring the train back around to stupid.
Yes, always.
Yeah,
So
I've had
it's-
too many complex thoughts today. I need to calm it down a little.
Gotta empty out the head.
Need to sand it down, sandpaper.
It's, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
One horse-sized duck, because I feel like I'll have an easier time, like, befriending it, and
No, I'm
Therefore,
gonna
I
assume that
wouldn't-
this, you have to fight it. It is intent on, whatever it is, it's intent on killing you.
Oh my god.
wait, a horse-sized duck? That's not, like, that big. I was thinking, like,
You ever seen a Clydesdale?
like a dinosaur size. For some reason.
Big horse.
Can I, like, get on a horse and, like, start jousting?
I have no idea. It was not specified beyond that.
I feel like I could beat it if it
If
was
you
one.
can joust it, I think so.
I'm gonna say 100 duck-sized horses.
I feel like they can
They're all
trample
coming
you.
at you at the same time.
Yeah.
You just go for the legs.
What,
You
they're
can't
going
get
for
on.
your legs.
Yeah, and they're the size of ducks.
But ducks are, like, pretty big.
Y'all know how, like, if a horse breaks a single leg, it almost always dies.
That is true, but if you
Not that I'm,
have
like, out here, like,
100 of
want
them-
it. Like, I will not be enjoying this either way if it's 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck. This will not be pleasurable for me. I'm just thinking about what will be easiest if either enemy is intent on killing
But
me.
if you
I don't-
think about a duck-sized horse, like, if you're saying, like, oh, it could just break its leg. Like, it's only one. Yeah, it's bigger, but I feel
That's
like it's
true.
easier to take out than 100.
I think it will be harder because it would be sturdier.
But also going back to the fact, like, 100. So just think about the size of a duck.
Yes.
Think about 100 ducks coming at you.
I don't know if it's all at once, though.
Okay, that's a very big condition.
What if it's
No.
like
All at
one
once,
day?
I might consider one horse-sized duck, but if they come in waves, 100 duck-sized horses all the way.
Now I'm just imagining it's like one a day. Where like, yeah, you like start your morning off like
Easily handleable. Just dispose of that, get that checked off the to-do list first thing in the morning, and then go about my day. It'll even be my wake-up call after a point. Just
What do
the
you
tiny neighing of my enemy
What do you
coming
think,
to me.
like, you would do if you saw a horse-sized duck? Like, what
Is
your
it one of
first
those really
reaction?
cute ducks that has, like, the orange bill, and they look very, like, round and soft and friendly? 'Cause I'd be really happy.
So you wouldn't freak out?
I don't know.
it depends
Maybe,
how like
But I do
far
love
I
a good
am.
I do love a good duck.
I love ducks. They're my favorite
Yeah,
animal.
I love duckies. So, I honestly have no idea, because that's a very weird thing to see, and I can't say that I'd be fine with it instantly or that it would not faze me at all.
I think it depends how
But I
close
love
you are. Like,
duckies.
okay, if I was like standing right next to it and it was like charging at me, yes, I'd be terrified. But
Yeah,
if I was
that
from
would
a
not be pleasant.
safe distance away, like, you know, I could appreciate the magnificent size of this duck.
And, like, imagine being credited for being the one who discovered horse-sized
That would
duck,
slap. That would very much slap. I am a big fan of that.
right? That would be such an interesting thing to be famous for.
Right? For finding a really giant ass duck. Incredible. Fantastic. I love ducks.
Honestly, though, sometimes
Geese, on the other hand, can choke.
And
You don't like
swans.
I love geese.
They're mean.
You ever met a Canada goose?
No.
Those things will fuck you up.
Are they only
Geese
found
are-
in Canada?
No.
Oh.
But, like, literally, geese wake up every day and choose violence. Geese are not to be messed with.
Mm-mm.
There's a whole, like, y'all played Untitled Goose Game? There's a
Yes.
reason. There's a reason that game is like that.
That's fair.
It is based in reality, my friend.
I feel like there has to be someone out there that has, like, a goose as a pet.
Oh
Have,
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
really
People
cute
have them on
videos.
farms.
What?
People have them on farms, but like wild geese, oh my god, they're terrifying. But yeah, no, people do keep them on farms. I'm out of questions for the night. Anyone else got anything to say?
Yeah, I'm still thinking about the horse-sized duck. Size horse.
That's gonna plague my mind for at least another week.
That and the chairs. Oh, chairs.
I mean, there's something to think about, like, you know, in the bath.
That's true.
I don't know.
I'm gonna yeah, these conversations I think about like well beyond the time when we're talking about them.
Oh, they do
in the
linger in my
shower.
mind.
La la la. I should have said that. Another point
Yeah.
for me.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Do tell.
Are bath thoughts different than shower thoughts? I think they are.
I think so too. Like some of my
I've never, as a person who really only started doing baths, like, recently as a method of relaxation, I would like to hear you both make the case, because I think I can be swayed.
like
Because I currently have no opinion.
I don't like I shower, I don't take baths too often,
Yeah, no,
but like
like-
I think of baths as more like relaxation, like
Yeah.
unwind, whereas like shower thoughts, like they're more chaotic in a way, but like
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, these are genius ideas. Why didn't I ever like think of these? So I go shower and go like philosophize or
Yeah, okay, I get that. Usually when I'm taking a bath, it's a relaxing time,
Mhm.
and I usually I think simple thoughts.
Yeah, I think shower. So, Showers
Shower
are
thoughts
more
do have a chaos to
stressful.
them.
Yes, they're chaotic. Like, there's a whole bunch of water just, like, coming at you, like, all at the same time, and you're like,
that's where I finish my fights. Like, I should have said that.
Yeah.
And, like, people take quick showers all the time. Quick showers are stressful when you, like, need to get somewhere, or you're
Oh my god, yes. You're, like, aggressively washing yourself.
Yeah, but, like, no one ever takes a quick bath. Like, why the fuck would you do that, you know?
Yeah, okay,
Baths are
yeah.
always relaxing.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
I would say they are different. I agree.
Maybe it has to do with, like, your body position. Like, you're lying down or, like, sitting up.
But you ever be sitting down in the shower hungover?
Oh, yeah. Or, like, have a breakdown on the shower floor. Those hit.
That's just a whole different level.
Yeah.
Something cathartic about it, I must say.
Yeah. I honestly miss our bathtub
Oh my god.
in our house from last year so much.
The energy was, like, just really on point, and I think it had everything to do with the Jeff Goldblum shower curtain.
That's it. But that bath was, like, literally every time I took a bath in that tub, it felt spiritual. I don't know what.
You're right! No, oh my god, why are you so right?
That was, like, one of the most beautiful bathtubs I have ever seen.
Oh my god, I miss it. I miss the bathtub
Right?
at 19 Center Street.
Oh my god. My bathtub at home, this is gross, but I'm going to tell you anyways, has, like,
Go ahead.
black mold in it and is really
Ew.
gross.
That is sad.
And I feel like I'm being spiritually attacked every time I use it.
Oof. We recently redid our bathroom because we have like 1.5 bathrooms in our house, so like one of them doesn't have like a shower or a bathtub or anything. But we recently redid the one with the bathtub in it. And it is very nice, I must say, but it does not match the energy. Aesthetically, it is very nice, super functional, love it. But the spiritual experience is not there.
Oh my
and
god.
it's really sad.
I think partially the fact that 95% of the time that I took a bath, I also was drinking a glass of wine, probably has something to do with it.
It's a good feeling.
I also feel like if I were to take a bath, like, I must be procrastinating something. Like, all right, I really need to, like, sit down and, like, take this bath as opposed to, like, chaotic, quick showers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you need time. You, like, need to give yourself time to not do anything, you know? I'm a big believer in that.
Yeah.
I'm actually probably going to take a bath after this.
I support it.
We got anything else to say, or are we gonna wrap it up here for tonight?
I think I'm good. Now I'm thinking about taking a bath, too.
Love it!
I'm gonna take a shower. I need some ideas.
Okay, well, we can compare bath and shower thoughts
Maybe we should.
Yes, that's a great idea.
I
later.
think we need to have the podcast after we all had baths and showers. And we'll come back with,
Ooh.
like, fresh ideas.
Yes, just like right after.
Yes.
Oh,
like,
that's a
still
good
dripping
idea.
wet. I got something to say.
I like that. That's a pretty good idea. We'll have to return to that after we, like, figure out the logistics or something. Okay, well, you can follow us on Twitter, as always. I am at BridgetKelly98, at MR5MAR, and Marin, what's your handle?
At Marin__B. I really don't know how many underscores.
We'll link it if there's a mistake, so we'll get that all figured out. But yes, we're all available on Twitter. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Overcast, a bunch of other platforms, I think 7 total. And we will be back next week with another episode for you. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.